Okay, so have you ever wanted to type out the text describing your user interface and have it create it for you? Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video with a free application that you can run locally on your computer called OpenUI. But before we get started, I want to let you know you will have to have Ollama running on your computer. That's what we'll be using for our models on the back end. If you need help setting up Ollama, check out the videos down in the description. They'll show you how to set up Ollama on a Mac and a PC. All right, let's get started. Okay, in order to get OpenUI set up on your computer, you're going to go ahead and navigate over to the OpenUI GitHub repo. I'll put the link down in the description below so you can know where to find that at. Now, we'll scroll a little bit further down here, and it walks through several ways that you can install OpenUI on your computer. Now, the way we're going to do it is we're going to select the option to run it locally on our computer. But you have the option here to use Grok also, and you can also run it on Docker. But for simplicity, we're going to run this locally here. So I'll walk you through this step by step. We're going to jump over into the terminal or command line if you're on PC, and we're going to walk through all the steps to clone the repo and set up the proper configurations to get this running locally for us. All right, I'll see you over in the terminal. Okay, I'm back. I've got my terminal pulled up here, and I've navigated into the directory where I want to clone this particular repo. Now, one thing to call out, you will need to have Python installed on your computer, so be sure you have that. All right, so I'm going to start by cloning this application here, the OpenUI application, by calling git clone and then the location where this repo exists. Again, this will all be in the description below. All right, so we'll let this clone here. So we're done cloning that. Now we need to change into that directory. So I'm going to run another command, and I'm going to run cd OpenUI backend. And that's going to take me to the proper directory that I need to be in. And one thing to call out also is all of these instructions and commands are in the repo for OpenUI. Okay, the next thing I'm going to run is pip install, and I am going to run that and let that run, and then I'll be back after it's done. Okay, all our dependencies are now installed, and now we're going to have to export some environment variables here. Now, because we're going to be using Ollama on the back end for our models, we're going to have to reference the local Ollama instance with our open base URL endpoint. So what I'm going to do is paste that in here so you can see that I have the OpenAI base URL, and it's pointing to localhost 11.434. So I'm going to hit enter here, and I'm actually going to jump over to the browser and paste that so you can know what that looks like, so you'll know that Ollama is successfully running on your laptop. Okay, I've got my browser pulled up here, and if you see up at the address bar, you can see it's localhost 11.434, and you can see it says Ollama is running. So just want to let you know that's how you can check to see if Ollama is running on your computer. All right, let's jump back over into the terminal. Okay, I've got the terminal pulled back up here, and now we need to export one more environment variable here, and I'm going to paste that in, and the variable is going to be OpenAI API key. Now, because we're not using OpenAI's API here, the value we're going to use here is going to be XXX. So that's how the application knows that to ignore this value here because we're running a local instance of Ollama. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter there. Let me clear the screen here and run clear. And let's run the final command in order to get our instance of OpenUI up and running. So I'm going to paste that command in there. It's going to be python-m OpenUI. Now, you'll have to be sure that you're in the backend folder when you run this command. So just make sure or you will get an error. All right, so I'm going to hit that, and it should start our OpenUI server here. And so now you can see that I can navigate to 127.0.0.1, and we're going to visit port 7878. All right, I'm going to jump over into the browser and open up the application at this address. Okay, I'm back, and I've got OpenUI pulled up on my computer now that we have it running locally. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go up to the corner here and click on the gear icon here to go into the settings. And you can see by default, I have a Llama 3 model selected here. Now I'm using the Llama 3 Instruct model, the floating point 16-bit model. So this model is half the size of the original model, and it's not 32-bit. And then you can see the other model that I have here is Lava, which is a multimodal model, which allows us to drag images into the application and actually describe those images. So down here we have the system prompt, and it's describing what the underlying model should do. And we're basically saying you're a front-end web developer that specializes in Tailwind. So we won't go through all of this here. You can check that out and change the settings as you see fit. And then down here we have the temperature. So I'm going to turn up this temperature here a little bit, and then I am going to hit update. So the settings section is pretty straightforward and easy to understand here. So let's go ahead and click update and go back to our main application. Okay, we're at the main chat screen again here. And one other thing I do want to call out is you do have the option to go up here and toggle between light and dark mode. So I'll keep it on light mode for now. And now let's get started chatting with our chatbot to see how it does at creating a user interface for us. Now, again, this is not going to be perfect. This is an open source project. There's still some bugs in it that I've noticed, but the team seems to be working hard at improving the features and handling any of the bugs. But so far, I think this application is good enough to create some rough prototype for your app. All right, I'm going to pull in the first prompt that I am going to present. It says create a newsletter sign up form using a card style at margin around elements and buttons. So in the end, I'm just wanting a component that I can just copy out of here and plug that into an application very quickly, so I don't have to do the design myself. Because personally, I'm a developer. I don't really like doing user interface design. So if I have a tool like this to take advantage of having user interfaces created for me very quickly, I'm more than happy to use it. So let's see what kind of output that I'll get. So one thing to call out, depending on your GPU power, it's really going to dictate how quickly this user interface can be designed for you. Now, if you would like, I can create a separate video on how to use Grok, on how to create this very, very quickly. Grok is almost near real time in its output. So again, depending on your GPU performance, the output and creation of your user interface could kind of be slow sometimes. All right, we can see that OpenUI has now created a simple component for me to copy out of here and paste into my actual web application. And down here, we can see the actual HTML that was created for us. And then over here, we can click the plus symbol and we can convert this to different component types. So if you're a React developer, you can click React and it would regenerate and create a React component for you. Or if you like something like Vue, I personally am a fan of Vue framework. So I would go here and select Vue, and then it would recreate a Vue component for me. All right, let's try to create one more component here. Let me grab the next prompt that I am going to paste in. And the prompt says, create a sign up form with username, password, password confirmation, sign up button, and sign in link. Use a card style. So before we do that, actually, let's go up to the top here and actually create a new chat here. So I'll paste that in here and see what kind of output is generated for us. Now we can see down here in the HTML section, it's being created for us behind the scenes, and it's being generated on the screen as we speak. So let's see what kind of output it generates for us in the end. Now I will speed this up slightly just for the sake of this video so you don't have to wait. And we can see that it's generated a sign up form with username, password, password confirmation, sign up button here, and a option for signing in if you already have an account. Obviously, this is only great for prototyping. I would probably add some margin around this button here and add a different color scheme to this if you're trying to use this in a final project. But I think this is good enough to get going. One other thing to call out here is if we go down to the bottom here, we can click save and we'll download this to our computer here. So it'll download the HTML file and we can take that and put that code into our projects for us to use. And then we can also just copy this code here. And the last thing I want to show is how we can go and look at our chat history. Now we can go up to the top here and click this and we can view our chat history. So say for example, we really liked one of the designs and we are not quite sure what prompt we used. We can go up here and look at the prompt history. So in the end, this is how you go about using OpenUI. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe. I put videos like this out on a weekly basis. Also, feel free to comment down below if you'd like to see other features covered within this OpenUI application. And also, let me know if you'd like to see this covered using the Grok model. All right, again, thanks for watching the video up until this point, and see you in the next video.